1, 2, 3, action. So we're here. This is round 2. We just recorded a video with the start of it, and the memory ran out of my other camera.
Yeah, it was ill prepared.
Yeah, I was ill prepared, and then I sort of led him out into the forest earlier. I thought I was going to go somewhere nice, and we went in the forest, and it was
Dirty up my Asics. Yeah.
It was really muddy, so we've had to sort of improvise, come back and record it in the garden now. So hopefully this is going to come out. There's going to be a strong message in here. You're going to enjoy this video. But so let's get going anyway. So what's this video about? The video is about Matt Noah Smith here. He's going on a journey to do ayahuasca. We're going to talk about how the journey's come about, really, and talk about his experience going into it as being do you like mum saying an addict or someone in recovery, someone in recovery, and really that's and this video is sort of there to help people who are seeking this kind of information, who are in recovery or who are addicts or whatever. But it's also for people who just want to know about the journey of ayahuasca itself in general. So I'm going to sort of talk about it in both terms as we go on. But I'm not really a part of this journey in going forward, but I've been in the journey of you leading up to this.
Part of the journey, man. Yeah.
I'm a part of the journey, man. You know what I mean? But
always.
It's So Matty, like, just tell anyone who's listening, you know, how's this come about? Why are you doing it? And tell about the you know, the coincidences of, you know, just meeting people who talk about it. It's mad all this stuff happens,
right,
man.
Okay.
So let's go.
No, as you were just explaining there, you know, I'm an addict. I'm in recovery, and not only am I in recovery, I'm in a fellowship, and I'm in a 12-step fellowship. And I've been in recovery now, what, 4.5 years.
That's a long time.
Without a drink or drug in me at all.
That's good.
You know, so, but this experience, what I'm about to experience in Peru with the ayahuasca, has come about. You know, in the last 2 years, it's been 2 years in the making. And
I've seen it from when you talked about it, and I've seen it's you know the term serendipity, like it's like some crazy events just like manifested together to put this like journey together. Like you couldn't even like deny the things that have happened to get to this place. But, sorry, man, I just had to say like.
Well, you have. You know, I've known you for a little while now as well. Obviously, we've worked together with regards to the steps and stuff. You know, on trying to enlarge on our own spiritual way of lives. You know, helping each other grow and that kind of stuff. So you are aware of the whole situation and the whole circumstances of it. But you know, as you was kind of saying, mate, really, you know, it's not been an easy decision. It's not an immediate thing. It's not come around like overnight. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that we're in a 12-step fellowship, and it's a program of abstinence. Now, as we were saying earlier, obviously, you know, we have this preconceived notion of ayahuasca that especially within fellowship or in Western culture. I don't want to say fellowship. I want to say Western society. You know, I do believe consciously that there is an awareness, a greater awareness than it once was of plant-based medicine. Because you know, we have this notion that it's a mind-altering substances and it's a drug.
That's it. A drug. That's what they can label it as.
And not disillusioned to think that, you know. I've been on antipsychotics since I was a kid, as I was explaining to you. You know, even before I put drink and drugs in me, I always felt disconnected. Always felt very self-absorbed. You know, very self-conscious kid. You know, always thinking way too much. You know, and I went through a lot of turmoil with regards to my drug addiction and that as well. And that, a lot of that involved, you know, a violent childhood. You know, I was violently abused by my old man. Not that this is a major thing, but I believe it has an impact and characterised me and programmed me in a specific way to act in moments of anger that I still get to this day.
To be disconnected.
Even nearly 5 years on in recovery of consistently working a 12-step program, that I have outbursts that sicken me sometimes. Do you know what I mean? You know, but so I've gone through a lot of stuff, and you know, and I spent a lot of time in prison systems and all that kind of thing there. And destroying myself to pieces, and you know, and I don't believe it's just us as addicts and alcoholics. You know what I mean? You know, within our whole society, we're very burnt individuals, and not only we're very burnt, I think we're fucking, you know, we're disconnected from each other.
That's what it's about. It is. People are disconnected, especially in the Western world, isn't it? Like, you know, it's. I think that's a part of this whole journey. It's like a part of ayahuasca is getting connected, isn't it? You know, and a part of enlarging on your spiritual journey, and that's been the unfolding. You're gradually connecting yourself to that higher consciousness, or whatever you want to call it. You know, when you live in that way as well, disconnected, that's when your life is in turmoil, isn't it? You can't live a connected life and really have that kind of environment in your life, if you know what I mean. And,
no, and you know what, I think even us as a whole, that, like I say, we're not in tune to each other. We're not empathetic with each other or anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
So the reasoning for the go and experience what I'm about to experience with regards to a man in recovery, like I found a solution now to the drink and drug issues that I had as a kid. I found a solution to work and enlarge on my spiritual way of life within the 12 steps. And there will be, and there's no question in my mind, a lot of people out there will have, well, that's enough. Like, what are you searching for? What are you looking for? And these people will normally be the ones that are content in life. But there's contentment, and for me, and then there's fulfillment. And I fucking seek fulfillment and further knowledge and further understanding of a higher oneness. You know what I mean? I've never been the individual to just settle for what is. Do you know what I mean? When I know there's more out there, and I got to a point in my life now in recovery that I'm not letting fear dictate my life. Don't be wrong. As I say, we're in a program of abstinence. 4.5 years I've not took a drink or drug or anything like that. For the first 2.5 years, I was 3 years I was militant with regards to you knew that. I've travelled around,
speaking and
so sharing in other places, sponsoring a lot of people, taking them through the 12 steps and showing them the way out through the misery of alcoholism and drug addiction. However, this has now come to a point that I found the solution of that, of finding the way out from it. But this is now about, some people may find it in the church out.
And that's what I want to say. Is like this that you don't like, whether you're watching this. If you're watching this, you probably do want to seek to do it. But it doesn't. You don't just if you want to enlighten on your spiritual way of life. You don't necessarily have to go and do ayahuasca, and that's not what you're saying at all, is it?
No.
You felt internally you were sort of being called towards it.
It was. Graham Hancock says it so greatly that you don't find ayahuasca finds you, and that's exactly what happened. And I remember there was a guy, a friend of mine, was sponsoring someone who went to go and do this ayahuasca, and the geezer, to tell you the truth, geezer fucking didn't do anything to enlarge on his spiritual way of life. He just thought he was going to have this one profound experience, and then he can constructively fucking take drugs and drink. He's a fucking idiot. I'm really honest with you. And I'm a truth speaker. But the gear, like he just obviously that it was just going to be that was it, and that was going to be enough. Not.
Probably taken it for the wrong reason.
Not really understanding that you really, really intensely have to work on yourself to start with. Do you know what I mean?
And you've done that, putting the groundwork.
But I used to judge him. I still do, obviously.
Maybe this is going to help going over there. But
exactly. But I'm not here to be a Puritan, bro. You know what I mean?
And that's good. You know what I mean? That's what we need. That's why we want to record these videos, man. You want to put in it. You don't need to be a spiritual guru or that type of person to want to enlarge on your spiritual way of life. And even when you are enlarging, sometimes you have the moments where you do revert back to our ways, but it's a work in progress, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, and with anything, and I can tell, like, even through the years that I've known Matt, you've enlarged and you've grown and become a better person, more connected and more thoughtful around others. And the way you must have been years ago, like, I bet that's light and day,
Oh, mate, there may be a few that know me, maybe a few that will connect to this YouTube channel and want to check it out, but there are people that knew me and knew how I once was, and I was fucking off key. I was really, really, I weren't a pleasant individual. I was a fucking lunatic, if I'm honest with you. Not in a sense, I wasn't a gangster. I'd like to tell you I was. I was just a fiend, a creature. I'd become a creature through it, and just completely and utterly unaware of.
You were unconscious.
Completely unconscious to it. It was all I knew. It was the norm. As many people want to say it wasn't normal. To me, it was the norm.
Mate, and I've experienced that as well. Like the way I've lived life in the past, I think I was living a normal life because that was my environment. I do believe you can be a product of your environment, but there are people who live in certain environments who still thrive for whatever reasons. But generally, you do sort of become a product of your own environment, and
without question.
Yeah, exactly. And you live unconsciously, like you said, disconnected and unconscious to that way of living, and only like through through the seeking of enlargement of your spiritual life, you start to become conscious. And even if your actions ain't changed yet, you're conscious of those actions, and you're seeking to change them, and that's all been a part of your journey. And anyway, I feel like we're getting off here, but this is it's all a part of that journey.
Yeah, it's all part and parcel of it.
What do you expect though? Like, what do you expect now to go in? So you're going here.
Right. Well, as I say,
how are you feeling as well around it? That's another.
I mean, I could say I've worked myself into a position now that fear doesn't dictate my life anymore. Yeah. And I'll tell you what doesn't dictate my life either is other people's fucking views and opinions. I feel like a lot of my decisions now are made from an inner an inner resource, that, you know, like the book talks about, that God conscience within me, you know, and a lot of people will, you know, got a lot of controlling motherfuckers out there that will tell you you shouldn't do this and you should do that, yet they have no experience around it in a specific area, and this is going to the Russell, you know. I love the geezer. I love what he says. He's fucking real. I listen to all his podcasts. He's a very aware, very awake dude. You know, but however, and I've heard him talk about it on a Joe Rogan podcast, and he spoke around DMT, and Joe Rogan put to him, well, why don't you just go and experience it? And he said, oh, unless a man who is 30 years in sobriety says to him it's okay to do it, then he wouldn't, even though he wants to. He really, really wants to. He listens to a lot of Terence McKenna. He sees it as a medicine. You know, he's not seeing it as a drug or anything like that. He's on a spiritual journey.
It's funny, 'cause he's a very awakened guy.
Very awakened. However, this is the thing that comes with fellowship. Sometimes people's views and opinions, and because we see people go out there and relapse and fuck up, and it is the reality of this stuff. However, what you have to remind yourself is you are not them. Now,
and you've got
there had to be, but I will just say it, there had to be someone before them. If say the guy of 30 years went to Russell and said to him, yeah, it's okay to do it. Who told him it was okay?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just passed on down through people.
However, I have found a few blogs out there with a few people from another fellowship to what I do that have gone on and experienced the ayahuasca. They were blogs mainly, and I never found someone who was in 12-step recovery. You know, they've gone on and experienced ayahuasca. I found people that had gone over there to help with their drink and drugs. You know, there's a lot of rehabs and a lot of places that do ayahuasca to help with drink and drug addiction. I'm not here to go and experience.
You're already recovered.
I'm recovered from that. I've resolved that issue. And like I said to you, listen, I'm a drug addict, bro. I ain't gonna sit in the Amazon. I'm a real, I ain't gonna sit in the Amazon with a bunch of fucking yogis and that. You know, don't be wrong. I think they're cool people. I really love to learn and be around them. I'm not judging.
Very spiritual.
I'm just no. Listen, man. I'm just
You're being real.
Realist. So to go and take some hallucinogenic plant medicine to get out of my nut, I'll be sitting in a crack house.
You might as well go and do
robbing houses. You know, like a fiend. You know, sooner or later probably sticking needles in me. That's the truth of the matter.
So you don't need to go away to ayahuasca to take drugs, in other words.
So I'm not letting other people's views dictate of what I say. This is about my spiritual enlargement. This is about my connection. This is about my oneness. Now, I still have an ego that is rife within me sometimes. No matter how much I practice meditation, you know, I've gone into a lot of healthy eating. I was and here's another thing as well, what they say with ayahuasca, they could say it was a mind-altering substance. I've been on antipsychotics since about the age of 12. I've only just come off of them now. I'm now at the point where I was physically, mentally and spiritually strong enough to come off of these medications. Now, if that was the case, does that mean I'm not clean and sober because a doctor prescribed it, or was it now because we were a doctor?
Well, that's putting another point as well, is that people in recovery can take like drugs which got them in, you know, tramadol, whatever, like kind of drugs, which if you took them for recreational, that's what I'm saying. The doctor said it, so it's all right.
Views and opinions.
Exactly, and you never took this whole decision lightly. I mean, you really thought about it.
It's been 2 years in the making.
And you do listen to me. Like I feel like you don't. When you say like you don't like, you know, you don't care for other people, you do listen and you listen to them and but you take it on board. You know, you won't listen to a man who's never done ayahuasca and let him dictate. You'd rather listen to a man who has done it.
It's the dictatorship that I struggle with. Like I can listen. I seek where religious people are right. You know, I've got friends that follow the church and Muslims as well. That I'm open to them. I'm open to how they speak. They make it attractive in many ways. I follow my own path. I follow my own journey personally. There is dictatorship, and they know there's dictatorship with regards to fellowship, and that comes in life as a whole. It's not just because we think we live in a more spiritual basis now that doesn't happen. It does happen. I just won't let someone dictate to me. I make my own decisions now. I think of a relatively sound mind. You know what I mean? And it has to speak from within me. Now, if my motives are pure and my reasonings are right, then I don't believe I'll ever be steered off wrong, as I say, you know. But I'm not going to let someone
put their will onto you and they've got no experience around it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
A lot in life, you think about your own life. How many times would someone sit there and tell you to be doing something? Oh, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing, or do it this way, when they've got no experience around it. So they're just putting their own thoughts and opinions that have been passed down through society and media, or whatever. And like they've got, and you take people's things on board, but you rationally think about it. I'm not going to listen to a man who's told me I shouldn't be doing it and who's never even looked into ayahuasca. So obviously someone like you who's looking into it.
I've read a lot of books. You know, I like you, Al, personally, and there's a few others that I'm aware of as well. But you know, I read a lot of books. You know, watch a lot of documentaries around it. I've spoke to people like they're not in recovery that have experienced ayahuasca. I spoke to people when I was out in Thailand. I spoke to one individual that was in recovery that is going to go and experience it. And this guy has 20 odd years. He is going to go and experience it. Just at the moment, he hasn't felt it's called him. And as I say, a situation came about where so many, they say, it's a saying in recovery that God's way, coincidences is just God's way of staying anonymous. You know, and there's been so many coincidences that's led me to the point. And 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago nearly, I was in complete contempt to this. You know, and there's in a book with Herbert Spencer, and it says contempt prior to investigation. And I wasn't even looking to investigate it. It just started with, I started getting tattooed by an individual, and he's like this vegan kind of dude, very open, very cool individual, my friend Christo, and you know, and he opened my eyes to a lot of that kind of stuff with just speaking with him around it, and then it drew my interest, and then I found the more people that I started being drawn towards, that I felt more like my energy was wanted to be connected to, that they'd all sort of either experienced this ayahuasca or they've gone along on the DMT route. You know, personally, I've had many opportunities to experience DMT. For me personally, it's just sitting there and smoking it out. We were speaking about it earlier in the car, of like,
in a pipe, it doesn't feel like spiritual.
I always said if I was to ever do it, this is before I even made the decision around doing it. I only made the decision in the last 6 months of that it was going to happen. But I said, if I was to ever do it, I'd be in the motherland to do it, of where it derives is Peru and in South America, and I'll be doing it with shamans, proper shamans who know what they're doing. I wouldn't be sitting in a tattooist house, bunning DMT personally. It's that I don't disbelieve in it because I haven't got experience in taking it, and the girl that I'm going with, Mimi, she's experienced DMT, and she understands fully on why I've never took DMT, why I've never smoked it. You know, or even gone down them routes. For me, this is the setting. I believe the setting of it, being in an environment like that where there are people that want to be healed, you know, they still have darkness within them, that want to, I don't know, maybe invigorate the spirit more, reawaken the spirit, connect more, feel the oneness that I talk about. You know, feel that, get more in tune with the energy of it, of the universe itself. The environment of that and the you know, the setting of that, I think, is just as important as the actual ayahuasca itself. I believe in my heart that's what it is. 100%. So this is why I'm going to be going down them routes. But, you know, going back to what we were talking about earlier, is that there's no one that I found in recovery or in fellowship that I could connect with and talk to and discuss this with. And you know, and I'm trying to, I want to put this out there on a basis, one of gratitude more than anything, of how this opportunity came around for me to experience what I'm about to experience.
And how long until you're going as well? Like,
I'm gone Monday. The first session will be in a week from now.
A week today?
What were you in? Thursday. So no, I think the first ceremony is Sunday. A week Sunday it will be my first ceremony. And there's 7 sessions.
Thursday, so it's about a week, 10 days away.
And it's going to be there's a place in Peru. It's called the Temple of the Way of Light.
And it looks good. Like, it's not. That look like one of them. Just throw everyone in there to get the money and that.
No.
It's,
and it's not westernised. Way too westernised neither. It's not one of them sort of you know, people looking to go there to get spiritually in tune, to allow themselves to come out and get into business and succeed financially. Like you know, it's still within its roots, you know, and I feel like it's the right place to be. You know, there's a lot of people that are, you know, I would say famous. What is fame? But you know, people that are known that have been there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, name was
and it's a deep immersion. You know, so it's for 3 weeks. That I'm gonna be there.
7 trips as well. I should say trips. That's a bad saying. 7 experiences.
They won't allow you in, mate. You see, you call it a drug. They won't allow you in there.
7 medicine trips. You know what I mean? But 7 experiences or 7. What do you call it? Ceremonies. I don't know why I'm saying trips here, man. Fucking hell. So it's 7 ceremonies. That's some you know, heavy shit.
Deep
really,
immersion.
You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of gear I know still within me that you know, that like for instance today, you know, like I had a great day yesterday. I was a complete oneness with everything. I felt great. I felt amazing. You know, I had a complete day of exercise and relaxation, getting myself prepared, and you know, I've changed my diet. I'm not eating meat, not eating sugars, not drinking caffeine. Preparation for the ayahuasca. You know, I take it seriously. I'm not here. I never came for the fucking crumbs out. I come for the banquet.
Banquet,
But you know, I've So you know, I've kind of come here for the whole shebang, really.
It's gonna be good, mate. Like this here today is just the before Matt. Like, so like next time you're gonna probably see Matt. It might be just before he's going, or maybe a look around
just before I enter. I plan on getting a few of these up. Obviously, it's going to be the longest one, but one of just to sit there and Right, so we ain't no pros, yeah. It's an
amateur
amateur recording.
Stuff. But it's the information was here, man. You know,
to be able for me to talk about what I'm about to talk about, and hopefully there are people that, you know, or not even hopefully, but if there are people out there that are looking, you know, they find it in religion or, you know, or in other certain practices, but they feel that this has been a calling, and they don't know where to look. That, you know, they can maybe put into YouTube and find my video and find an individual that, you know, works a 12-step program. It's a program of abstinence with regards to, you know, this program. But however, I want to say this real quick, that, you know, the program that we work by in the 12 steps, one of the co-founders of that, the main co-founder of that, and I don't know if people need to go and maybe do their research as well. Bill W. You know, he actually went off and done an LSD experience. He suffered with depression.
For spiritual purposes.
Yeah, for spiritual purposes. Yeah, wanted to go and get high. You know, he was an alcoholic. He went through. Actually, he didn't go through the steps, to be honest with you. He had a sponsor, Evie. And then he took someone else, Dr. Bob, through the steps. And he went out and helped many others, and that kept him clean and sober, but he suffered for depression for years and years and years, and people believed that it was actually reworking the steps with Father Dowling when he was about 12 years, 13 years, that reawakened him and allowed him to recover. He went, this is, whether they want to believe this or not, you know, I've looked into it, he went and experienced this LSD experience, and he took 20 sessions of LSD. Now, to me, that's synthetic. It's still not,
I would
it's
say
not pure. I believe, you know, the medicine lies within the plants, personally. However, he got over his depression a lot. He had a profound spiritual experience with regards to it. It was just other members of the fellowship that said to him, look, you know, Bill, you have to keep this down. You know, it's not something really to go out there and promote. It's part of a medical fraternity. You don't want them to get hold of, you know, but with regards to traditions, you know, you don't want any outside enterprises getting involved with regards to the fellowship, and the fellowship has done so well since, but they don't not aware of this entirely themselves. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. This has not been an easy decision or a light decision. I just hope that there's people that are out there that maybe will see this and come across it. You know, if you ever want to contact me, my email will be there. You can contact me further. You can discuss it further. You know, the people that are around that know me as well, they're going to check this out. You know, give me a call and we can hook up and discuss it. You know, this is not something. Also, this is not something that I would suggest to someone who's just come in and recovery.
Oh mate, you've said that. Like, you've got to put the groundwork.
I said it on the last video, but I want to put this out there specifically now. I won't be telling someone that's a newcomer, that's just stepped in the room, that's fucked, crippled in every means possible, and then go, you know what, don't need to do that.
No,
you know
way,
what I mean?
way.
Yeah, come over and go to Peru and go and
they go with the wrong intentions. They think they take ayahuasca and then they can take drugs sensibly again. Like, you put the groundwork into to recover yourself from that. This is another part of the journey.
Do a lot of work on yourself personally, a lot of personal development. Grow within yourself, recover, allow yourself to recover from drink and drugs, not from the ego. That motherfucker will have you all day, had me today on the beach, do you know what I mean? But, you know, it'll, allow yourself to recover. So it's not something that I'm going to be telling newcomers. These are people who've been around a little while that, you know, are looking to become the best fucking versions of themselves, whether it's in regards, you know, they've been looking to change things within their diet, looking in other means of spirituality, you know. And as I say, I'll always be contacted with it. And I'm going to do this video. I'm going to do one just before I go, you know, a bit shorter, maybe a 10-minute clip while I'm in the retreat, and then one after every ceremony. I'm going to have a slight discussion and speak about Mother Ayahuasca.
That's the one I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. Literally, I want to hear it. You know, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be intense. And, you know, I'm here for the experience, and maybe one of the forerunners of it. You know, there's a consciousness within society as a whole, that a profound awakening. There's no question of this, and maybe people that are in recovery, you know, are starting to look beyond the means of what they just do and come to a monotonous stage and got a bit stagnant and look into other areas to branch out in. Do you know what I mean?
So there you go. So like, before you go, click subscribe so you can see the other videos. You don't want to miss them, and click the bell as well. So click that, subscribe. Click that. We need one. I'll subscribe to you first. I'll be the first. But just click subscribe so you can follow the future videos, and click the bell as well so you get notified when they get released. And also put a comment. You know, like Matt will reply to you. Just put something in the box below and let us know.
Negative energy shit. You got
positive
negative energy.
Stuff.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
I want to hear me.
Nah, man.
You know, constructive criticism maybe, but negative energy I won't have near me. Not about that today. So but like by all means, please comment and let me know, and you know,
reach out if you want to know anything. But yeah, you'll be putting. I won't be here, unfortunately. This beautiful face won't be in the next one. It'll be Matt.
When I come back, yeah.
We'll another one. It'll probably be glowing and that. Like, it'd be good. I'm jealous, you know. My journey hopefully take me there one day, but you know, this is
if
your
it calls
time.
you'll know.
This is
and
your time.
You'll know that. It's hard to explain. You'll know. Yeah, the
You'll
universe
know.
will open up for you.
Yeah.
And you'll know that it's calling you in such a way that you can't ignore it no more. And it does. I'll be here to help.
Sweet. It's pound out. Right, I see you there. There you go. Good.